Hi, my name's Tina Spalding and I'm a trance channel. This is a second video in a series that Ananda is doing about the ending of the honeymoon period in relationships. So I'm just going to go straight into them channeling. I'll take one breath and then I'll see you at the end of the session. Okay. We're with you again, dear ones. So it begins with your fairy tales and it begins with your indoctrination into the masculine and feminine polarities that exist in your society. You look at men and women and you think that that is what they look like, but that is deeply indoctrinated cultural teaching, and it starts very, very early on with the pacification of women, and that is the little girls being told to keep their dresses clean, to keep their bodies covered up, sexualizing in a negative way young girls, so that 2-year-old girls are wearing bikini tops. These are the kinds of things that are happening in your society. And of course the repression of sexuality in small children. This is where the shame begins. This is also one of the great burdens that is laid upon the females in your society, and it pacifies them, because sexual energy is a creative, vital, sacred energy, and the history of your society built upon the Roman Catholic Church has demonized this energy. You see a lot of sexuality playing out in your society at this point, but it is very perverted from Spirit's point of view. It is not love-based, it is very materialistic, body-based sexual energy. That means it is unevolved. It is unevolved because you are not allowed to explore it, you are not educated about it, you do not understand what it is, and so it is like a child who does not have any understanding being given a book. They may pick up a few words here and there and try and make sense of it, but they will not come up with the truth of the material that is contained within that volume. This is the same with your sexual energy, but in your society, because women have been repressed and controlled, and we will even go as far as saying murdered for the use of their sexual energy and power, you have a very, very distorted view. We cannot speak about the love relationships that you are so fascinated with without speaking about the sexual shame and distortion that is happening in your society. It is impossible, because the relationships you have are founded on such untruths that they are destined to fail, they are destined to break. And so you have this sacred sexual energy, this connection to the divine that is forbidden to be spoken about. Now, most of the humans that are functioning in relationship at this time in your society grew up in families where there was no discussion of sex, there was no understanding of it, there was a prohibition of it. They never saw their parents engaging in sexual activity of any kind. And so they learned about it in the back seats of cars, on computer screens. The generation that is active now, not so much, but they learned about it at drunken parties. This, from Spirit's point of view, is such an aberration. We are, we would say, speechless, but of course that is not true. We never run out of words. We are here to teach you. But this is the society into which you are brought as little children. And you are indoctrinated profoundly into the repression of sexuality, sexual energy. Sexuality, as you define it, is completely incorrect. Sexual energy is the creative, vital force of God manifested in your body. Just think about that for a moment. The creative, divine force that fuels this universe is given to you to use as a creative energy, and this is thwarted early on in your childhood. Boys, not so much. They are allowed to use their vital force much more. They are encouraged to be strong. They are encouraged to express that physicality, which is part of the sexual vital force. And you can see in little girls that they are pacified early on. They are taught how to be less vital. And that is a price that men pay later for the women in their life being less empowered, less creative, less strong. This connection to the divine creative force that you call God, but is just a creative energy, a reflective creative energy. The little girl being disconnected from that stops her being able to create a life that is empowered, stops her being able to use the body for that which is its purpose, to travel through life, experiencing fully whatever you want to experience. That energy is passed over to the males in your society, and it is distorted into violence and war through the system that is at play in your culture at this time. So war is a direct result of the lack of understanding about sexuality and sexual energy in its divine nature. The passivity of women, the obsession with the body as the means to an end to achieve power. This too is part of that game, the separation between the sexes that starts so young in your society. So these are some of the fundamentals that are playing into the distorted relationships that you live with as adults. Now, we are not trying to be depressing here, but we must tell you where you are so that you are not trying to fix the end result in the incorrect way. You cannot change behavior without changing conditioning. You must understand what has been done to you. You must understand that this separation of young girls from their sexual energy and the indoctrination into violence for young men, that is also that same energy being misdirected. These are the early stages of the problems that you face later on in relationship. We must tell you what has happened to you so that you can address the correct solution. The correct solution is empowering young women, young girls, wives, sisters, daughters. So for the men listening to this, you must understand that to solve the problems of war and dissatisfying relationships, it is about empowering and allowing once again that sexual energy, that self-empowerment, that creative force to express itself. For women who are feeling disempowered, for women who are disillusioned with relationship, that is what you must offer yourself. You must understand what has been done to you. You must understand that you have been raised in a patriarchal society that shames women into desexualizing or hypersexualizing themselves, but it is not a healthy relationship with this divine sacred force. So we have written a book through this channel called Making Love to God, which addresses all of these issues. And we would here say, if you are interested in this subject, then that is the book that you should read. It is a magnificent exploration of this particular topic. Even though it is an introduction, there is a lot more information coming through this channel about the subject. It is one of the most important, if not the most important, in the reclamation of your world, in the reclamation of peace on your planet, in the reclamation of equality and kindness on the earth plane on which you find yourselves. So we want you to know that for the parents in the audience here, do not tell your boys to be tough, but allow them to be who they wish to be. Pay attention to the things that they are interested in. Turn off the televisions. The greatest gift you can give your child, girl or boy, is to turn off the televisions. Do not replace it with Disney movies. Disney movies are the same thing. They are the deep and profound indoctrination into the patriarchy. You must use nature as your teacher. You must use your own heart as your teacher. And you must listen to your children and what they are interested in. Give them paints, give them music, give them gardens, give them flowers, give them water, give them dirt and sticks and trees and grass and animals, and that is the greatest gift you can give them. They will naturally grow into balanced beings if you allow them to learn through those methodologies. This is not an easy fix, but we are here for the duration, and we want you to know that we, on the non-physical side, love you very, very much, and we have lots more information for you. So today, if you are a man, be gentle. If you are a woman, take a step towards strength today. And if you are a parent, take your children outside and let them play in the woods or the garden or at the beach. That is your homework. We are Ananda, we are your teachers, your friends, and we will speak to you again soon. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye.